Welcome to the Otway Pasta Company kitchen. Today we're going to be cooking rigatoni with Italian sausage. So to start we'll need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, half roughly chopped onion, 300 grams of Italian sausage, 200 grams of tomato puree, 30 grams of parmesan, 1 pack of Otway Pasta Company fresh rigatoni, 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley and salt to taste. So to a medium to hot pan we add the olive oil and then we add chopped onion. We just want to gently fry that for a minute or so. While that's gently frying, we grab our Italian sausage and we basically want to remove the inside of the sausage. You might find it easier just to run a knife carefully along the casing of the sausage. Makes it a little bit easier to remove the middle. So now the onion's been simmering or cooking for a couple of minutes. Just want to turn the heat up a little bit and add our Italian sausage to our fry pan. With this recipe we don't necessarily want the sausage to be broken up too finely. We still want to have a bit of texture with the sausage. So we can just gently fry that, probably going to take 4 or 5 minutes to break that up and cook that down. Because we're using rigatoni in this recipe, it's kind of, if you can roughly work it that the pieces of meat are a very similar size to the rigatoni, just helps it all to combine better when you add the pasta in. So once the sausage is broken down and cooked, you can add your tomato puree. Just stir that through and then bring back to the boil and reduce the heat to a very low simmer. Now we can add the rigatoni to the pasta water and we cook that for about 3 minutes. As you can see on our pasta, and especially you notice it more on our rigatoni, the pasta when it's cooked actually has little white spots on it, and that's just little air pockets in the pasta when it's made, and they expand when the pasta's cooked. So that's been 3 minutes now. The rigatoni can go in to our sauce. Again, don't be concerned if a bit of the pasta water comes across with the rigatoni. So we can just gently combine the meat sauce with our rigatoni. If you feel at this point that your sauce needs a bit more liquid, you can add a little bit more in. I think it does, so I'm just going to add maybe half a cup or so. And then just stir that through. As the pasta cools, it does tend to absorb some of that liquid and some of the flavour. So now that's combined, we turn off the heat and we just add our 30 grams of parmesan in. And you can save a little bit of that parmesan just for garnishing when you serve. And we can put our parsley in and just gently stir and combine those three. Again, if any time you feel like you want a bit more sauce, you can just add a bit more pasta water. I guess it comes down to personal preference too. I would prefer probably a bit thicker sauce in this recipe. So just before you go to serve, it's a good idea just to have a quick taste, see if it needs any more salt. So I think that just needs a little bit of salt. With the sausage, I guess it's always a bit of a variable how much salt is actually in the sausage. So it's always a good idea to taste. So I'll probably put maybe half a teaspoon in there. So again, we just give that a quick stir to mix the salt through, and then we're ready to serve. So just garnish with a bit of extra grated parmesan. and enjoy. Please feel free to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram, as well as if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys. I hope you enjoy.